I'm going to teach you how to find and play all the diatonic 7th chords within a major key. This is an exercise that's really great for your playing. Can really open a lot of doors both in your theoretical knowledge and in your technical facility on the instrument. It's going to explain a lot to you about the way chords relate to each other within a key, as well as just start to help you find your way around the neck and know where notes are located up and down the fretboard. Basically, there's going to be four left-hand shapes to learn with this exercise, and each of them is going to consist of 4 notes. And there's going to be some things to memorize. For example, there's going to be an order of 7 chords in every key, and the order will always be the same, regardless of what key you're on. So you just have to start from, if you're in the key of G, you start with a G, and the rest falls into succession, just as if you were in the key of A or B flat, you would start with a B flat, and the rest will fall in the same order. And these 4 chord types are going to be major 7, minor 7, a dominant 7th, and a minor 7 flat 5. I'll put a diagram up here for you to see them, and the diagram's also available on my website. These are always going to fall into the same order, starting from the root of the key that you're in, and the order will always be major 7, minor 7, minor 7th, major 7th, dominant 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th flat 5, and then you're back to the root, or the octave above the root, which is going to be a major 7. So take a look here for a second at these 4 shapes and get comfortable with them, and then I'll go into showing you the patterns with which to play them. So the right hand element of this exercise is going to be ascending from the 4th string, thumb, index, and descending from the 1st string, middle, index, thumb, index. And I know that seems like a kind of a strange pattern, but you'll notice once you get up to speed, this allows you to ascend and descend consecutively without repeating notes on either the middle finger or the thumb, which is necessary for speed. And this makes a great right hand warm-up aside from the left hand of this exercise. And they can be done ascending repetitively, descending repetitively, or alternating consecutively. So while using this pattern, thumb, index, ascending, and middle, index, thumb, index, descending, we're going to start in the key of G with the major 7 shape that you've seen in the diagram. And what that's going to look like is your standard G chord shape with this note, an F sharp, added on the top of it. So a way to voice it would look like this. So we'll just work on this one, ascend and descend, this pattern. And then the order with which these will progress every time is going to be the same. So we're going to have a G major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D dominant 7, E minor 7, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, and G major 7 again. So to play this exercise up and down the neck, just to get comfortable through them in order, would sound like this. comes to practicing this exercise, I would suggest doing it with a metronome, and I would suggest doing it in all the keys that there are on the neck, but for sake here, we'll stay within the G scale because that's what we're looking at. With the metronome, you can there's a lot of different ways to phrase this over the beat. You can phrase different subdivisions, such as triplets or 16th notes. Some of that, you can also move them, in succession. You can repeat some, you can skip some and move up a third, for example, if you want to. There's a lot of ways to practice this to keep it new and interesting. For example, with a metronome, it might be like this. So of course you can play this exercise in all the keys that are available on the neck of the banjo. So let's take F for example. The order, you would start with your F major 7, and everything else is going to fall into order the same as it did with the G. Major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, flat 5, and major 7 again at the top. I know that seems like a lot of information, but once you get it in there, it'll stay there. So, for example, to play this thing with a metronome in the key of F, the farther out you get from G, adding more flats and sharps, the more interesting this thing is going to get under your fingers. For example, let's try the key of B flat. Would start with the B flat. Everything else will fall into order, and it'll look like this. So as you can see, with all of the keys available for this exercise, as well as all of the locations on the beat and the subdivisions over the beat that you could use this exercise, it can be endlessly exciting and new and interesting every time that you work on it. I would advise using this as a warm-up every day, maybe the first 10 minutes that you touch your instrument a day. Do this exercise and you'll definitely notice the results of with your fingers as well as in your mind.